Imagine this. You've just faced one of your most significant defeats, with the world watching, and yet, with unparalleled audacity, you spin that very defeat into a story of triumph. This isn't mere fiction, this was the indomitable spirit of Napoleon Bonaparte. He wasn't just a military maestro, he was a storyteller par excellence, a manipulator of narratives who understood the power of perception. In today's journey, we're about to traverse the labyrinthine corridors of European politics, where intrigue meets warfare, and where the echoes of boots on battlefields intertwine with the whispers in royal courts. Prepare to immerse yourself in a saga where one man's ambition rattles the very foundations of a continent. Following the culmination of the War of the First Coalition in 1797, the smoke of battle might have cleared, but the air remained thick with unease and apprehension. The revolutionary spirit of France, fervent and unyielding, didn't just halt at its borders, it sought to permeate and influence the very fabric of neighboring nations. This expansion of revolutionary ideals, combined with an ambitious territorial annexation spree, didn't sit well with several European powers. They viewed the burgeoning French influence with a mix of trepidation and disdain. Enter the War of the Second Coalition, a name that resounded with gravitas, befitting the formidable alliance it represented. It wasn't just a mere congregation of nations, it was a gathering storm, consisting of the heavyweights of the European continent. Britain, with its naval prowess, Russia, vast and enigmatic, Austria, the heart of the Holy Roman Empire, and several other significant players. And while their individual motivations varied, their collective objective was crystal clear: to curtail and counterbalance the unchecked expansion and influence of revolutionary France, ensuring that the old order wasn't swept away entirely. Amidst France's intricate dance of warfare against the mighty coalition on European battlefields, they held a trump card, a secret weapon of sorts, the indomitable Napoleon Bonaparte. However, rather than deploying this master tactician amidst the familiar terrains and skirmishes of Europe, the French command charted a different path, an audacious gamble that took many by surprise. Napoleon was chosen to lead a daring expedition, a voyage into the mystique and allure of Egypt. But why Egypt, you might wonder? The answer is wrapped in layers of geopolitical cunning. The lifeline of the vast British Empire, their Achilles' heel, lay in the bustling trade routes to India. France, in its infinite strategic wisdom, sought to suffocate this artery. By seizing Egypt, they hoped not just to disrupt but to commandeer this pivotal nexus, aiming to decisively tilt the scales of global supremacy. In the tapestry of Napoleon's legendary exploits, the Egyptian campaign stands out as a vibrant thread, woven with strategic ambition, cultural curiosity, and personal drive. While the seed of an expedition to Egypt had been planted before Napoleon's rise, it was his vision and fervor that brought it to life. Envisaging Egypt as a strategic chess move against the British and a treasure trove of cultural wonders, Napoleon didn't just adopt the idea, he championed it. And so, with an army and a cohort of scholars at his side, he embarked on an odyssey that would further cement his legacy. However, the fickle fingers of fate have a way of scripting their own stories. As Napoleon's ambitions soared high in the Egyptian skies, they were met with a fierce tempest. The formidable British fleet, led by the astute Admiral Horatio Nelson. The Battle of the Nile was not just a clash of ships, it was a duel of destinies. But away from the open sea, on the arid landscapes of Egypt, Napoleon showcased his military prowess. In a series of land battles like the Siege of Acre and the Battle of the Pyramids, he led his army with characteristic zeal and strategy, often overwhelming the local Mamluk forces. These triumphs on the sand, however, stood in stark contrast to the naval defeat. While on terra firma, Napoleon's brilliance was unmatched. On the cerulean waves, Britannia ruled supreme. The British naval might overpowered the French, casting a dark, looming shadow over Napoleon's luminous dreams. Yet this very shadow would become the canvas on which Napoleon would paint his masterpiece. Rather than slinking away, defeated and diminished, he orchestrated a triumphant return to France. Harnessing his innate charisma, unparalleled oratory prowess, and meticulously crafted propaganda apparatus, he transformed a setback into a saga of success. The tales of his Egyptian exploits didn't whisper. They roared through the streets of Paris, turning skepticism into awe and doubt into undying loyalty. But this wasn't just about salvaging pride or reputation. It was a move in a grander game. That perceived triumph wasn't merely a badge of honor. It was a coronation. Riding on this wave of public adulation, Napoleon staged what could only be described as a masterstroke in political theater, the Brumaire coup of 1799. More than a shift in power, it was a dramatic act of unparalleled ambition. An event that would see him ascend not just as a military leader, but as the first consul of France, the architect of an era. But Napoleon, ever the indomitable force of ambition, was far from spent. With the intricate mosaic of European geopolitics laid out before him, he swiftly pivoted his attention to the storied terrains of Italy. This wasn't just any battlefield, but a land where ancient legacies met contemporary challenges. As he trod upon the cobblestones of Italian cities and maneuvered through the undulating countryside, he encountered a potent mix of local resistance and the formidable Austrian military might. Yet it was in this complex theater that Napoleon's strategic acumen rose to the fore. The crescendo of this campaign was reached at the Battle of Marengo. In a day-long confrontation, punctuated by moments of doubt and audacious maneuvers, Napoleon outflanked and outthought the Austrians. This triumph wasn't just a military statement. It was a testament to French ascendancy and a stamp of Napoleon's unmatched genius on the annals of European warfare. While Napoleon's exploits in Egypt and Italy captivated many, they were but pieces in the vast, intricate puzzle of the Second Coalition's war theaters. Europe was a cauldron of conflict, with battles raging from the icy expanse of northern Europe to the sun-baked Iberian Peninsula. In the Rhine, French forces clashed with Austrians and Russians, trading territory in a deadly dance of strategy and power. The Swiss Alps, usually serene and untouched, echoed with the sounds of warfare as France sought to defend its revolutionary ideas against a Europe unwilling to see the old order crumble. Meanwhile, in the Iberian Peninsula, the British, alongside Portuguese allies, worked diligently to create a foothold which would later prove crucial in the Peninsular War. Each theater, each battle was a testament to the era's volatility, where the winds of change, fueled by revolution and ambition, were rewriting the fate of an entire continent. As the flames of war began to wane, a transformed France emerged from the ashes, with Napoleon firmly at its helm as first consul. The geopolitical landscape had shifted, and with it, the balance of power. By 1801, the parties were weary of conflict, leading to a series of peace treaties. The most significant among them was the Treaty of Luneville with Austria, which confirmed French dominance in Italy and the German territories on the west bank of the Rhine. This was closely followed by the Treaty of Amiens in 1802 with Britain, marking a brief period of peace in the Napoleonic Wars. While these treaties recognized the territorial and political gains of France, they also symbolized Europe's reluctant acknowledgement of Napoleon's authority. Under his stewardship, France was not merely a survivor of a grand coalition, but stood as a rejuvenated power, poised to influence the course of European history for decades to come. In retrospect, the War of the Second Coalition wasn't just a series of battles on a European chessboard. It was a transformative epic that redefined power dynamics and birthed a new era under the shadow of the Napoleonic eagle. From the sands of Egypt to the salons of Paris, from the peaks of the Swiss Alps to the vibrant heart of Italy, the reverberations of this conflict would shape the destinies of nations and the aspirations of countless souls. The audacity of a singular man, Napoleon, intertwined with the collective fate of a continent, presenting a tale as riveting as it is instructive. If this journey has enthralled you through time and wish to embark on more such adventures, ensure you hit that subscribe button. Drop your thoughts and insights down in the comments. Let's keep the past alive and revel in the stories sculpting our world. Until next time, keep the wheels of time turning.